Dear Korat members, ik ben Hiroshi Kumazawa, associate member van Korat and new part-time lecturer in the University Art Museum, Tokyo University of the Arts. Ik ben ook een gastonderzoeker van de National Museum of Western Art te Tokyo. Ik werk met meneer Akira Kofuku, senior conservator van het Museum, de voorbereiding van het symposiumproject Rembrandt The Quest for Chiaroscuro, geopend op 12 maart. Hieronder wil ik graag met Engels te spreken. Hereafter, I would like to speak with English. This is a short report about the disaster at Tohoku area, northeast part of Japan, hit by the huge earthquake, the enormous tsunami, and the disaster of the nuclear plant at Fukushima Prefecture. Dear Korat members, it is my pleasure to inform this tragic news directly from a man who lives in Tokyo, experienced this earthquake on the very moment of the reception of the exhibition Rembrandt's The Quest for Chiaroscuro at the National Museum of Western Art. I hope this information will help think about the risk management for the exhibition organizing. I would like to concentrate on my situation of the moment of this earthquake, the situation of the museums, institutions, and mainly on the museum, which holds a collection of Dutch and Flemish art and have organized and will often organize the exhibition on this field. As I have mentioned, on 12th March 2011, this big earthquake occurs when I was at the reception of the exhibition Rembrandt's The Quest for Chiaroscuro at the National Museum of Western Art, Tokyo. There came lots of visitors who were invited to this reception, including curators and researchers who cooperated this exhibition, while Mr. Jan-Rette Boonstra, director of the Rembrandt House, made his speech. We were hit by the first attack of this earthquake. According to the governmental information, the size of this earthquake is magnitude 9.0. The intensity of the earthquakes were seismic intensity, in Japanese, shindo, 7 or stronger, at Miyagi Prefecture. There are some kind of measurement which shows the seismic intensity. In Europe, EMS 98 were used. In Japan, Shindo is used. Shindo 7 means that seismic intensity 7 means that amazingly strong, some buildings may be broken down. Soon after this earthquake, lots of seaside cities in Tohoku area were hit by the big tsunami. Some cities were literally swept by this enormous flood, and according to the report, much more than 10,000 people were missing. Lots of institutions were severely damaged. And in Fukushima Prefecture, nuclear plants were damaged by the earthquakes and tsunami. The situation of this nuclear plant disaster is ongoing. And because of the damage of this Fukushima nuclear plant, the supply system of electricity in Tokyo had been damaged, and Tokyo Electric Power Company, Tokyo Denryoku, had to restrict the energy supply in Tokyo and surrounding areas. Some cities in Tokyo and surrounding area are restricted to use the electricity for some time. Although situation of the Fukushima nuclear plant got slightly better in these days, we have to take a special care for this. Also in Tokyo, we experienced a strong, long quake at the moment of this earthquake. we had a certain damage at the building Rose trains. Soon after the earthquake, most of all the trains in Tokyo and surrounding area severely confused and stopped. On the day after the earthquake, many of the trains stopped or restricted. Someone had to use bicycle to arrive at their job office in the morning. And as I have mentioned, there is a limitation of using electricity. And as for the museums in Tokyo, first, as for the National Museum of Western Art, which organized the Rembrandt exhibition now, there is totally no damage of the exhibited artworks and institutions. So the painting and the prints of Rembrandt from Europe, America are safely installed. As for the Bunkamura Museum of Art, where the superb artworks from Städel Museum, Frankfurt, there are no damage on the artworks and institutions. Yesterday I checked the exhibition room by myself. Every item, including Johannes Vermeer's geographer, is installed safely and normally. And there are only few reports of damage. In Tokyo and surrounding areas, but I have been reported from some of the museums in Tohoku area, mainly Miyazaki and Fukushima Prefecture, that a certain damage of the artworks and institutions were done. The level of damage is not so severe as generally imagined. For the detail, further report will be delivered in the near future. The point of museum activities in Tokyo and surrounding area is the limitation of electricity. In some areas, there will be a certain blackout. For example, from 15 hours to 70 hours. For that reason, some museums have to close in an early time. We have to wait for a moment we have to wait a moment until the electricity supply is going to be better. But the point is, other point is the radiation problem. That means that might be occurred from the nuclear plant disaster in Fukushima Prefecture. But I could surely say that in Tokyo and surrounding area there is not such a severe problem about that, and even now we could go outside and we could go outside in Tokyo. We have to take care of that radiation matters, but there is an international organization of the IAEA and WHO report that in Tokyo and surrounding area now there is no big problem about the radiation. Of course, we have to take a close special care about the radiation in Fukushima Prefecture, but now we could go better. We could do much better now. So, dear CODAT members, in Tokyo and surrounding area, some damage were done, but now it's going to be better. We are now waiting for the normal organization, normal situation would get back. So I hope you are very worried about me, about us, and thank you for your care. I hope I'd like to make a further report on the situation, but the things are going to be better. Thank you very much for giving me this occasion. Thank you very much.